Well, hello everybody. I'm finally off of all dirt trails and decided to, I don't know, give a little presentation on my ride. Of course, most of you know me as Rally to the North on my YouTube channel, or Care on Women of On-Road. So our journey was planned over 2 years ago, and finally we were able to do it. We're on our way home right now. I've got 5,020 kilometers on my odometer, which is amazing. And by the time we get home, we'll have I'll have well over 8,000. So it's been quite a journey. It's been absolutely spectacular, amazing. I couldn't be happier. So what I wanted to do something in my life that was special. That would mark a point in my life that would really be something to look back on. When I'm old and gray and sitting at home and looking back on all of this, I just know I'm going to say, oh my gosh, I really did that. And I did. When we first left on this trip, along the way it was, oh man, I hope I can do this. I've been talking about it for 2 years now. I had enough confidence in my rally that I could do it, but I still wasn't sure. But you know what? Now it's done, and I did it. Me and Mike together, we did it. We conquered the Dempster Highway, which many have not been able to. And I can confidently say that I am the first woman on a Ryker Rally that made it to the Arctic Circle. That's just amazing. So awesome. So just to tell you a little bit about the trip, there was a lot of planning that went into force. Like I said, we had 2 years of planning to do, 2 years of getting our gear together and putting my bike together. Mike made a rack for my luggage on the back. I know that many of you have seen that. It has been insanely awesome. Just fantastic. I'm carrying about, I don't know, about 70 pounds in my link bag and my 2 side saddle bags. And then I have 17 liters of fuel in my fuel caddy that weighs probably around 35 pounds, maybe more. So I'm well over 100 pounds on the back. It's been very, very useful. I've had to go into my fuel caddy, I think 3 times now, maybe 4. And there'll be more on the way home, where the distances between fuel stations exceed what the Ryker will do, which I have found out at the very max on the highway is about 330 kilometers. I don't recommend pushing your Ryker that far. It could be picking up dirt from the bottom of the tank. So I'm hoping you can hear me. I think I'll close my shield so that we get a little bit of peace and quiet. That's better. Yeah, so I want to say just a huge, huge thank you to Can-Am On-Road and Evelyn for helping me do this trip. Back when I was planning it in 2021, I had applied for a special 20 for 20 promotion that they had on for riders, and they accepted me, and they were thrilled about the ride. So what did she supplied me with all brand new tires for the trip, my GPS, my helmet comms so Mike and I can stay in contact while riding. The whole undercarriage under my Ryker has been built up to protect it, under the rad, under the transmission, the skid plate. But you know, the whole thing is I was supplied very handsomely by BRP and Can-Am, and thank you, Evelyn. You are the greatest. And so, on this trip, our goal was to reach the Arctic Circle. So we left June 23rd, we left, and it is now July 10th, I believe. We are now riding the Alaska Highway, just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And yeah, I thought I'd take some time and just tell you about the trip. So we left home on June 23rd, just started traveling over to Vancouver Island. We did the famous Duffy Lake Road ride. There's a video on my channel on that. Made it to Vancouver Island and stayed in Campbell River at Elk Falls campsite, and visited with my daughter there for 2 very precious nights. Thank you, Naomi and Kieran, for being such good hosts. They fed us breakfast every day and everything. They were just so awesome. And so after that, we headed over to Port Hardy, and we caught the Northern Expedition, I believe it's called, the Northern Expedition ferry. And we had a 17-hour ferry ride over to Prince Rupert. That in itself was amazing. That was just a sightseeing trip that I'll never forget. And I have lots of pictures on that as well. So after that, we got off the ferry in Prince Rupert and we headed to Stewart, BC. And this is one of the first marvels that we see on this trip, of many marvels, was the Salmon Glacier, just out of Stewart, BC. You would cross into Alaska, into Hyder, Alaska, and go through that a little ways, and then actually come back into Canada. You'll see one of my videos on the Salmon Glacier in my on my channel as well. And that was just amazing to go up there and see the Salmon Glacier and spend the afternoon there. It was actually my birthday, so what a great birthday. Something I'll never forget as well. What an adventure. That was a dirt road going up there. And oh, I did forget to tell you before that, just out of Terrace, BC, we got to see the lava fields. The Niska village natives, back in the mid-1700s, they were living there. There was 2 or 3 communities, and a volcano erupted, and one of the spores just poured miles and miles and miles of lava all over these villagers and their homes, and up to 20 meters they were buried, and it was 2,000 people that were actually killed in that lava flow. Very sad. So we went and had a look at that, and then we went to Stewart. And then of course when we left Stewart, we were going straight north and up to Watson Lake. That is exactly where we're headed right now on our way back. There is a signpost forest there that we have a sign that we will put up, so stay tuned for that, and you'll have a look at what our sign says and how it pertains to this whole trip. I have to say that the farther we went north, the worse the roads got, and then we were off to Dawson City. Wow, what a thrill that was. So daylight was 24/7 and the sun never set, and we made sure that we had air conditioning in our rooms. The city of Dawson is like going back 100 years. Just amazing. It was a gold mining town. After Dawson City, we headed over to the Dempster Highway, and this is what this whole ride and what Rally to the North is all about, is riding the Dempster Highway. And I've proven that the Ryker Rally is something that you ladies can get on and go and explore and see the world and get out there, get out of the kitchen for a while. If your kids are gone and grown up and it's time for you, get on your rally and get out there and just see the country and let it fill your soul like it has for me. So on to the Dempster. Just excites me to no end still. And so we get on there, and of course it's rough, it's hot, it's dusty, the road is not ideal. There was a lot of sharp rocks that are protruding out of the ground, and there's no way a grader could get rid of them, so you have to be careful. And very technical ride, dodging potholes for one thing, dealing with washboards, dealing with the dust, and keeping my tires in good shape. That was my biggest concern. I knew the heart of this bike could do it. I've had 2 years of experience and done a lot of traveling, never this far, and I knew that this motor could do it. My only concern were the tires. Kind of funny, but we did meet one guy, and he said he had 10 plugs in his tires. Imagine that, 10 plugs, wow! I didn't put any in, but you know, I was careful. It took us 9 hours, probably 7 hours with complete riding, not counting stops and resting, to go 400 kilometers. But the scenery was just like another planet. It just filled my soul right to the top. My cup runneth over. It was just amazing and so worth all the trials that we had to go through to get there. And then reaching the Arctic Circle, which was my ultimate goal, was reached. I'm triumphant. I did it. It was hard, but it was so fulfilling, so magical, so wow. I wish I had better words, but I'm hoping my videos will help you see the wonder of it all. I'm sure they will. And so we reached the Arctic Circle, and then yeah, we came back and we're on our way home. So just a few words on preparation. If you want to do a trip like this or similar to this, I have done about 1,200 kilometers of dirt, and the best thing I did was change my tires. That was the very best thing I did. A fresh oil change, new fuel filters, new spark plugs. Mike is a certified mechanic and just an amazing mechanic. So he went through the whole bike and everything was good. So yeah, I would definitely suggest if you're going on a long trip of thousands of kilometers to start off with new tires, and that'll save you a lot of heartbreak if you with not having any flaps or anything like that. Look after you on a trip like that. Try to stick to your normal routine. Eat your meals. Get your rest. We are riding 500 to 600 kilometers a day, even on the highway. That is a 7-8 hour ride, 9 hours with stops. So you need to look after you. You've looked after your bike, you need to look after you. Hydration is super important. Magnesium is something that will help your muscles and your bones, and how your muscles stay supple and more connected to your bones. So I went and got some, and I've been taking a triple dose every day. Okay, so, and your gear. Make sure you have high quality gear. there's no question about it. You have to have high quality gear. You have to be comfortable. Your boots have to be very comfortable, and a good, you know, off-road boot, which means very little heel, but a very solid bottom so I'm not feeling the pegs all day. Gloves. Gloves have to be super comfortable because, you know, you've got your hands on some rough grips most of the day. And so they're very, very important. Have a good helmet. Of course, carry your rain gear. Another set of clothes for cold weather, or not clothes, but riding gear for cold weather, which I have done as well. I brought a lot of dry food. We did camp on the Dempster, and I have a video of the dinner that we made there. You'll be seeing that. It's pretty cool. Oh, bug spray. Yes, yes. The mosquitoes and the bugs, the horse flies, the black flies, they're all ferocious up on the Dempster up north. So you need a good bug spray. So there it is, guys. That's it. That's Rally to the North. That's who I am, and that's what my channel's all about. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope that you felt some of the things that I have felt, and even just a small way on this trip.